Ah, Motorfest. You always feed us so great. Can't say the same for another versatile racing game that was recently in Tokyo. I won't go any further than that, as advised by my lawyer. But anyway, yeah. The Hayabusa. I don't think it gets any more iconic than that. I almost don't even know what to say. Now, granted, I do prefer the older Hayabusa, the 2005 to 2006 range. Granted, the Hayabusa isn't my exact favorite. No. That joy would go to the 2010 Kawasaki Ninja 250R for reasons I won't go into. Anyway, now I do have this thing fully modified. We are going to take off the modifications simply because I want to be fair. I'm not going through all that. We're going to find one that's stock. Let's put on the ramp automobile. Alrighty, now with the stock Hayabusa, we can have fun. Not too much fun though, unless you're in a straight line, because this is a great dirt bike, by the way, in case you were wondering. Because at the end of the day, this is a Hayabusa. You might have better chances getting a Dodge Challenger around a corner than a Hayabusa. At least on this for the game's feeling. This game's feeling, it feels like, no. This thing doesn't want to turn when you tell it to turn. This thing will make its decision and will let you turn when it feels like it. Because again, Hayabusa, thick boy. Oh, these things were great back in the day. I'm sure they are still now. I don't know. I'm more of a Honda fanboy than anything. Considering I just said my favorite bike was a Kawasaki, but you know, we're going to look past that. Just ignore that, alright? It's like your creepy uncle that has a Mercedes-Benz low range, and he's like, no, it's a BMW M series, and he really likes BMW. But he has a Mercedes. Don't question it. I'm your weird uncle. You're gonna like it. Anyway, the only issue, sometimes you slam on your brake, or brakes, I guess. Your driver person likes to smell the fuel, and what I mean by that is, yeah, they'll clip in to the fuel tank. I don't know if they're going to fix that, considering it's been however long since the bike came out, and I've not made a video on it. I'm just now getting to it, because I have this serious disease called, being lazy. Yeah, this bike, yeah, it's got a few bugs too. I don't know if the developers are going to fix it, but if you look at the, just above that little piece right there above my XP counter, you can see I'm in neutral when, I don't know about you, Chief, but I don't think I'm in neutral. Yeah, if you look at the ignition switch, it says I'm in neutral. I don't know if they'll fix that. I could check the other Suzuki real quick that I have on my hotbar. We'll see if it does. No, it does not. Okay, so it actually does show. This is from the last summit. I didn't even know I won it. It happened one time back in 1974 when I was rolling down I-40 and I looked back to get a adult beverage and my son flew out the windshield. I do love this bike. I have no negatives about it. I have no negatives. We could go do a race in it, which I think I will. Oh, yeah. Now that we're in a race, I'll let them have a nice little head start here. Alright, now let's run them down in a stock bike. Thing's so cool. I do love the Hayabusa. I think this thing's pretty cheap too. Well, not cheap, but like, it's decently priced for this bike. It's, I don't remember exactly the price. I think it's like, I guess it depends on the model. I think this thing's like 18,000 to 20-some thousand. I could be wrong. However, what I do know about this bike is that it has a dual overhead cam with a 4-cylinder. Yeah, baby. The original, I think it was, I'm not super sure. I'll have to look at it later. Anyway, this thing nearly makes 200 horsepower. I don't know about y'all. That's not light work, like one bit. And I know everybody's on TikTok. Well, actually, your build's not a build unless you're making 500 horsepower. And then it's like some 16-year-old named Jacob or Nathaniel that has like, maybe has his mom's 2015 Honda Accord base model making 120, plus the cylinders are blown out. I'm sorry, 200 horsepower is more than enough to do anything. I have a few modifications that bump me up to about 150, 155. It's just a little V6, ain't gonna do much. I still have plenty of fun out of that little engine. Pushing that thing on a back road on some nice curves and feeling like it's about to explode out from underneath me. Not really the engine, just the sway bars are 3 years old and the leaf springs that are 30 years old with 30-year-old bushings. I do have brand new shocks in the front with 30-year-old springs. Anyway, this is the Hayabusa's thing. It does have a fuel tank size capacity of 5 gallons though. I'm not a huge bike nerd. I don't even have my bike license. I'm not going to LARP being a bike guy or oppose being a bike guy. I just like looking at them. I couldn't tell you the first thing how to do a chain cleaning or take off the sprockets. None of that. I could do an oil change maybe. But other than that, no. You got better chances of asking, I don't know, Abraham Lincoln or something. If you give me a bike and said, replace, let's see what's something fun here, like a fairing or something, I'm going to look at you like you just told me to rebuild the Hoover Dam. I'm not doing that. I don't know what to do. Anyway, can I just say how good my dude looks on this bike? Oh, I gotta say, brother. Yeah! I keep lowering the MSRP. This thing's probably worth about like 5,000 bucks now. This might be a hot take too. I kind of feel like the Suzuki Hayabusa is the Toyota Supra of the motorcycles. I feel like everybody and their mom can look at the fugly front end of the 2005 model and say, oh, that's a Hayabusa. But I don't hate it. That's what I get for talking and driving. It's what happened when I was texting and driving and I went to an elementary school. Not in an elementary school zone, an elementary school. Happened back in 1972. We're gonna go across the line. That was some breakneck speed right there. 186 to 194 miles an hour is about 300 to 312 kilometers, according to my Google that I'm looking at right now. I don't script these. You're welcome. I can't script them because my ex-wife Margaret has a restraining order on me and the pins that I bought for her last Christmas. I want them back. She can have the kits. New parts, baby. If only it was that easy. Rock Auto, please. If I win a race, will you send me parts for free? Daddy needs no. Daddy needs bushings. Please. I do have an edit of this on my Instagram though, if you want to go look at some terrible subpar editing. It took me about 4 hours, and I'm not joking. I wish I was joking. Once I finished it and posted it, I was like, wow, this sucks. Granted, that's how I am with my YouTube videos as well. So, I mean, like and subscribe so I can afford to pay my cat. Pay my cat? Yeah, sure, I'm paying my cat. I don't feed him. I pay him. He lets me live in his... Yeah, that's how he pretty much treats me. I love this bike. It's so good. And here we are, only going about 160 something. If you fully modify it, it does go like crazy numbers. Nothing crazy. But for a bike, I say it's pretty good. Now we can go into the customization, like I was talking about. So there's only two colors. You got the white and blue, and the black and, I guess, gray. I don't know. I want to say black and gray. I like the white and blue better. There's not a whole lot of modifications, which most of the bikes in this game kind of really don't. It does add some carbon fiber and tints a few pieces. It takes the lights away, making it lighter. I don't really like it. Defenders, you've got a few of those. I don't like those. I'm sure they probably might be good at something. I think they look tacky. I don't like the carbon. I like the paint. The seats, I do like how you can drop it down to the single seater, which I am going to do really quickly. And then the fairings, which is what I was talking about a little bit ago. Gives you a little bit more, makes it black and looks like carbon. You can zoom in. Alright, we can zoom in really far here, guys, don't worry. Looks like it just gives us a bit of carbon. Swing arm. I kind of like the gold. What if the strings rotate? Probably not, considering they look like PS2 graphics. The mirrors, it's black tones and then white tones and carbon fiber and then none, which I kind of like the look of the mirrors. However, I like the white. I've been through all this, so I kind of know how everything looks on here. I've totally not bought a few of these parts, not one bit. I did buy the exhaust. Why didn't I think? Oh well, that's whatever. Anyways, and then the taillights you can smoke out, which I'm not a fan of smoke taillights. And then you got a little drop off. We can get rid of all that, which I actually will do, just because of the big bulky license plate piece. I don't like that. I'm sure it probably would piss off a cop if I took it off. I don't care. I do have a livery for it though that makes it like RC. But, oh. Okay. Which I am going to be putting on. However, for some reason it didn't save my color that I custom made. We're now customized, modified, whatever you want to call it. Is it the greatest livery? No. Jesus, no. Absolutely not. Do I care? No. Not one bit. It's good enough for me, and that's all that matters. Anyways, let's go ahead and fully modify it, and then I can, after I figured out which car to put on, we can go do a nice little top speed test in this bad boy. Once I get away from all these limos, we'll do it right here on this big straightaway over here. Move. Turn. Yeah, this thing does not like turning. Alright, with the assist of nitro, you can climb up to 210 with full nitro. Letting off, we'll drop down to about 205, it would look like. We're so taking this. Or a farming. Alright. I meant to do that. I'm actually Ryan Gosling, and I'm actually auditioning for Ghost Rider. Well, I guess he's technically done. But I am Ryan Gosling. I hope that makes you feel better. You are Ryan Gosling. So we're going to climb up to about... Okay, now that we're at this little island, I could remember the name of it. I think it's like Kanahulu Speedway. Speedway is a good gas station. Alright, let's get the top speed test going. We're going to see how fast we can climb. So 195, 196 without... Okay, we're going downhill a little bit. Okay, 200. I'll say 195 to 200 miles an hour without boost, fully modified. That's not terrible, I will say. Dude, that bridge jumped out in front of me. There was nothing I could do to prevent that. Great high speed. They're still fast bikes. I mean, it's a bike. Or motorcycle, if you want to be real. You know who's real? Them Harley riders. I went to one. Dude, there was some real men in there. You know what they were doing? Something that involves the French. That's all I'm saying. My lawyers advise that I shouldn't go further than that, but I don't care. Anyway, the gentleman's agreement. There was a lot of gentleman's agreements that totally were followed. Don't read into it at all. Don't do it. I'll perform a little American government psyop. Don't read into it. It's fine, okay? I promise. Don't look up Cuba and what we did to them. Not one bit. Don't do that. Not one bit. Don't do it. All in all, I love this bike. And if I could, like, recommend any bikes to add, I would love the 2015 or the 2010 Kawasaki Ninja. However, like, none of the cruise bikes are made after, like, 2015. I think is like, so we got 2022, 2014, 2014, 2015, 2015. It's like they have a stigma with adding any bike before, well, minus the old Kawasaki racing ones. They have a stigma with adding bikes before 2015, 2014. Like, not a single bike is 2013. It reminds me of, like, early 2000s Yamaha. Even though I'm more of a Honda guy. Like I said, I love Honda. It's not really fair considering my first introduction to Honda was the Honda Foreman 450. Which is a lovely four-wheeler. Shout out, Miles. Anyway, I think that's going to do it. Just a quick little video about the Hayabusa. I've got 21 minutes in recording, but I'm sure after I edit it and put some stupid stuff in there, if you ever want an unedited version of this, expect 30 minutes of pure, unfiltered, wait, who? Yeah, you're welcome for that. I cut out so much junk of me just rambling. Alright, with that being said, I thank y'all for watching the video. Like and subscribe, and I might throw in a foot long from somebody. Might. You can't hold me accountable. This is not a deal, okay? This is a proposition, a might, a maybe. I might get you Subway. I'm a dip. I got some Nissan Skyline R34 to go check out of Toy Chica. So, peace out, Girl Scouts.